Greetings to everyone out there and welcome back to Around the Clock. And yes, you have read that title correctly because recently a video game analyst has come forth and proclaimed that the Nintendo Switch is going to crush and destroy the PS5 when it launches late in 2020, and I must say I do agree. But first, before we get into that, let's briefly discuss the Indie World Showcase that recently aired on August 18th, 2020, because there were a lot of games that were showcased, and we even got six shadow drops that launched on the Nintendo Switch's eShop the same day. But there were two games in particular that I am really interested in, and I plan to download these games later on in the week. One of them is the game that you see in your screens here, which is Raji, an Ancient Epic, which is not your standard action adventure platformer, because this game's story revolves around ancient Indian folklore, which is a good thing. You don't really see a lot of this in games today especially, and I think that this game really stands out, and I hope that Raji, an Ancient Epic has a lot of success on the Nintendo Switch. As of now, Raji is a Nintendo Switch exclusive, and I'm not too sure for how long, but right now you can check out Raji, an Ancient Epic on the Nintendo Switch's eShop. Now, another game that I was really interested in during its Indie World Showcase was Takashihiroshi. This is a surprisingly well done RPG game which utilizes claymation as well as cel shaded animation as well, and you play as two brothers, one who develops a video game and the other who actually tries out the video game to make sure that it works. And this is a very cool concept. The story seems to be very deep, and personally I have not seen a concept in video games like this before, so when I saw the trailer it really caught my interest. I really would recommend both of these games, Takashi and Hiroshi along with Raji. They are both available on the Nintendo Switch's eShop, so check them out if you can. Now, just as an honorable mention, they also showed off a 2-player mode for Untitled Goose Game, which is coming September 23rd, and there's also a physical edition as well, which is coming soon. I just had to mention that because Untitled Goose Game is very popular. Now, to celebrate the Indie World Showcase, Nintendo is hosting a Indie World sale on the Nintendo Switch's eShop where you can get up to 40% off different indie games, and these are the games that are on sale: Creature in the Well, Dead Cells, Earth Knight, Exit the Gungeon, Hotline Miami Collection, Hunt Down, Lonely Mountain Downhill, Neo Cab, Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, Overland, Streets of Rage 4, Superliminal, Torchlight 2, and What the Golf. There's also a sale on all 6 of the shadow drop games from the Indie World Showcase, and they are A Short Hike, Evergate, Hypnospace Outlaw, Manifold Garden, Raji an Ancient Epic, and Takashi and Hiroshi. So there you have it. Make sure to take advantage of this Indie World sale while it lasts because this will end at the end of August. Alright, now let's move on to the main topic of this video, which is the Nintendo Switch is going to crush and destroy the PS5 when it launches later on in 2020. Now, all of this information comes from a recent proclamation from an SEC analyst, so let's get right into the story, and this is taken from an excerpt of an article found on nintendosoup.com, as you can see in your screens here. In the report, ASEC mentioned that although most companies have taken a beating during the coronavirus in the first half of 2020, companies that produce video games for consoles have surprisingly done extremely well. Nintendo is one of these companies. ASEC also noted that although most companies are doing well, they are still afraid of adjusting their forecasts upward as the coronavirus could impact earnings negatively in the later part of the year. One exception to this is Nintendo, ASEC pointed out. The Nintendo Switch was in shortage since February to May 2020, and although production has returned to normal levels, the situation has not improved in many parts of the world. ASEC says it is impossible to find a retailer that has the console lined up on the shelves. As such, ASEC thinks Nintendo will continue to do well in the second financial quarter, and they believe, thanks to their performance, the Nintendo Switch will overwhelmingly crush the PlayStation 5 this holiday season. So there you have it, and I must say, as I stated earlier on in this video, I do wholeheartedly agree with this analyst. Now, we have to think about this logically. I'm not saying that the PlayStation 5 isn't going to do well this holiday season, but compared to the Nintendo Switch, there's no competition. The Nintendo Switch is an extremely popular and established system. Grandmothers know about the Nintendo Switch, the same way they did back with the Nintendo Wii, and compared to the pricing of the PS5, as of now we don't know the exact pricing of it, but rumors have been going around that the price of this thing is going to be $500. Now, I don't know everyone's situation and how they manage their money, but the average person does not just have $500 laying around for a brand new system. They don't. We have to think about what's all been going down this year. we are still experiencing a worldwide pandemic and people don't have money like that. A lot of people have been laid off of their jobs. A lot of people have been getting cut hours on their jobs, so money is not there for a lot of people. And if they do plan to buy a system this year, I think most likely a lot of people are going to buy a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Switch Lite. They have the option of two systems where one is $299 and the other one is $199. Plus, what's so great about the Nintendo Switch console is that the standard Nintendo Switch is so unique that you can take this game anywhere. If someone needs to utilize the TV, then you could just switch from TV mode to portable mode and move on to the next room. You can't do that with the PS5. And I know I'm going to hurt some feelings, but there's nothing innovative about the PS5 except for graphics in my opinion, but that's just my opinion and it is what it is. And also, we can't forget about all the different bundles that usually come out during the holiday time for the Nintendo Switch. So hey man, the Nintendo Switch has a lot to offer, and as we have seen throughout this whole entire year, the Nintendo Switch has been sold out months on end in every major retailer, and it has just been recently that these consoles have been popping up in different Walmarts, Best Buys, and Targets. But as of this week, as I've gone through different stores, this system has been sold out again. So it's in high demand. A lot of people want this system, young to old, and it's a family-oriented system, so it works in so many ways. And although the Nintendo Switch has not had a lot of first-party RPs launching on the system in 2020, this system has still outperformed all the other systems, the PS4 as well as the Xbox One. And we all know that Nintendo brings out all the big games during the holiday season, and it's just me thinking, but I do believe that this upcoming holiday season is going to be a big one. Nintendo has been very silent this whole entire year. Of course, the coronavirus has changed a lot of things, but I do really believe that Nintendo is planning a big holiday season to compete with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for this video. What are your thoughts on everything that was discussed here? Please let me know down in the comment section below, and if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button because it really does help out the channel and gives exposure to other people who do not know about Around the Clock. Also, please share this video as well. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you don't miss out on new and daily Nintendo news content. Right here at Around the Clock, we're here, we focus on Nintendo gaming news around the clock. Catch you guys in the next one.